perspective. It's all a matter of what we see, hear, and experience. My point of view, you're an asshole.
And being an asshole is a matter of perspective.
This season on Keystone Copycats, Rashomon. Hello, and welcome to Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach. I, of course, am your host, Zach, and he, of course, is your other host.
A chica.
Host a chica.
A chica cherry cola.
Oh.
I'm back, baby.
Okay.
What? I'm still here. Still breathing, still above ground, still above water. That's important.
Is
You'd
it?
be drowned if you're under it.
Isn't?
If you're under ice, do you drown? Wait, no, hang on. You're still drowning.
What's wrong
Hang
with
on,
you?
hang on. We're getting deep right away. Hang on, real fast. If you're no, you don't drown. If you're frozen, if you're in the water and then they freeze it real fast, you don't have time to drown. You just freeze. Is that right?
If water is already in your lungs,
It's not.
then how could you?
Your mouth's closed and you got to.
Then how could you drown if there's no water?
That's what I'm saying. You can't. I guess what I'm getting at is I understand that if
Pointless
you what I'm trying to
25
say.
seconds of my life.
No, if you don't accept the water in you, you can't drown. Like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's the whole principle of drowning.
Wow.
God damn it.
The things we learn when we're in a room together, the things that we equally learn.
Today I learned that in order to do a video version of this show, we just put a camera on it. That's
Put
what
a
I
camera
learned.
on it. Put a bird on it.
That's a great
Why don't you
12-year-old joke from Portlandia.
I know, it's so good. Why don't you just fly a drone over our heads? Doesn't it have like autopilot?
It's so fucking loud. You don't even know.
Well, then we'll just record the audio of it later. So,
That's a great idea.
Just do the video. It'll be an hour video of us pretending to talk.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
How you do?
Nope.
That's how we're starting.
Nope.
All right, I wanted to tell you something because we had some time upstairs before we started recording.
Yeah, we did.
I want to tell you something. I realized I wasn't going to because all morning, I woke up at 5 this morning to watch this fucking movie.
Oh, it's so
because
good.
I had a 2-hour drive and had a 2-hour movie and it was the whole thing. So anyway, I woke up at 5, and as I was driving, I received an email that said, your confirmation of your package is being sent to you. And I was like, well, that's suspicious because I didn't order shit. So I checked my account to make sure it wasn't
Do you think it's your
fraud or
camera
whatever.
that you gave away?
Someone had all my information and sent me something. Now, because of my recent issue with my company where I mailed them an anonymous potato, I'm on high alert that
They know who it's from. It's absolutely not anonymous.
I'm high alert they're going to fuck with me. So I'm like, oh shit, because my name was like not capitalized like I do. I'm like, fuck, they got my information, they got my address, they got my email because they have it all, and they sent me something. So I'm trying to track the package of what it is. So it's overseas. So I'm like, what the fuck did they send? I'm like, they must be like, sign me up for some weird concert or some stupid thing because they're not as clever as me. They would come up with something dumb as retaliation.
Okay, sure.
So I finally log in. I bypass the password thing because it's my email. And I log in, and you know what it actually was?
Something that you bought?
In 2019, when I bought the Rammstein tickets, they're on their way. I don't know how.
Did they reschedule the tour dates?
No.
You're going back. You're going to England, buddy.
No, they just sent them.
They're going to send you a physical copy of the tickets now. Wow.
It says 2020 tour. It says the date I bought them. It's the exact amount and ticket number. Remember when I said I never got a refund, but I never heard back from them about anything? Well, I got.
They're coming.
I'm getting tickets in 2022 for a concert in 2020.
So they come with a violin case that you can somehow travel back with.
Has that ever happened to you guys, like out there, that you've ever gotten concert tickets 2 years later?
hang on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let him answer you. The you guys that you asked.
Now, the part of this that triggered when I saw these tickets, and I'm like, all right, it's definitely a ploy from my old company, is because I got a text that says, we miss, it says, thanks for the package, we miss you. And it was from a number I didn't know. I was like, oh, fuck, they're fucking with me now. And I clicked on it, and it was the Anonymous Potato people. And they were like, we just miss you so much. Have you thought about sending another one? And I'm like, no, this is
You're like, I think about it every day.
No,
what do you mean?
This is anonymous. I'm like, I don't like the side of the Anonymous Potato that's like, wants to get to know me more. It's like, I miss you. I wish we'd have a relationship. No, Anonymous Potato. That's the whole thing.
Remember when we were together?
This is supposed to be discreet. This is like a bad one-night stand with this Anonymous Potato.
What you should do is you should send back a photo of like a sliced up potato, like you're about to fry it. You made fries, and you're like, this is happening to you.
You know what's fucked up that I did to myself the other day?
So many things.
I was going to feed it to my fiance, and then I thought I'll be nicer than that. So there's these old potatoes, these old russet potatoes, and they had eyes growing out of them and shit in the fridge. So I plucked those off, and I cooked them up, and I'm like, oh, they're terrible, but whatever. So I didn't eat all of them, so I left some on the counter for like days.
That sounds like you.
I was frying vegetables, and I made hers, and I was making mine. And I'm like, fuck it. I just cut them in half and threw them back in the stir fry and ate them. And I put so much bullshit over it. I'm like, oh, these aren't that bad when you can't taste them at all.
When they've cured for several days on the counter.
So these old potatoes have been in there for months. I then fried them or cooked them and then let them sit out for a few days and cooked them again.
Here's the thing.
That's the most destructive form of potato cruelty.
So if you're going to be in her care, which you are, if she's going to be responsible for you, I'm going to have a conversation with her about, like, you can't let him leave out potatoes for several days and then eat them.
She saw them. This is as much her fault as mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to talk to her now.
They're like kimchi potatoes. What you do is you let them sit out till they ferment, and then they're real bad, and then you eat them. I call them slow death potatoes. Kimchatos. Oh, that's nice. That rolls off the tongue. You could market that.
It's not nice. It doesn't roll anywhere. I hate it.
It's a kimchato. Oh, I'm going to get you a kimchato. I'm going to write it down.
No, don't get me a kimchato. I don't want one.
Kimchato. Wow, no going back now.
I'm not.
I spelled it wrong.
Interesting. There's no wrong or right way to spell it.
There's a hyphen.
You made up the spelling.
I wrote kimchato, though. No one's... Yep. Yeah,
right,
wrong.
Well,
so
I'm really glad we don't have a food podcast.
Why? Oh, I'd have so many. At one point, remember we were going to do something about food, then you rejected it. It was yet one of my brilliant ideas that you went, listen.
Your ideas are ridiculous.
No.
You're like, well, how about we... I can't even think of like a ridiculous one that you would pitch. Like, that's how
the meal prepping, the simple meal prepping. Like, every time I'm just like, well, okay, so in medieval times, because I actually was listening to that episode with Matt Damon, The Last Stand. And I was like, okay, that's a book. Last Stand's a book. Anyway, I was thinking medieval times, I'm like, their meal prepping was just have bread and cheese. And that's meal prep. And I'm like, that's fucking simple. Why not go back to simpler times? Like, we have a potato out for a couple weeks, pop that in, kimchato.
Weeks! That was days!
No, I mean, what's medieval?
What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, half a week's, close.
I mean, potatoes do, hold up surprisingly well.
What I'm saying is, like, the meal prep, why don't you just always have a baguette and cheese? Then you're fucking good forever. It's baguette cheese.
Because baguettes do not last.
No,
you have to eat them pretty quickly or they get like rock hard.
Well, you bury it in the ground like kimchi. And then when it's infested with bugs, you eat those and that's better. That's
good protein.
For you. Yeah. So it's Hakuna
It's like Snowpiercer.
I mean, I don't know what that is.
They eat bugs.
Oh.
In a gelatinous bar.
Oh, mucilaginous?
I
always say that when I'm talking about the inside of pipes for people. I also say barnacles. I go like, it's like scaled up. And you're like, barnacles on a boat. And every single person's like, oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Because everyone knows what a barnacle is. And I think people don't say it enough. So it's one of those exciting things that when you say barnacle on a boat, they're like, I know what that is. Oh, yeah, I'm on the insider sailing crew.
I think you should start saying barbacles.
No.
Like barbacles on a boat.
I want to say barnacles on a butt. I want to become a doctor so I can talk about like pimples on your anus And just like it's particles on your butt, you know?
Anus? That's not the cheeks.
What?
That's like the hole.
You're right. Well,
I hope
I'd
they
still
don't
say
have. Oh God, this got gross.
Listen, I'm just saying that I would spend a lot of time to become a doctor just to be able to do these things with impunity.
Well, you're a liar. You wouldn't spend that time to become a doctor because you haven't.
Oh, well,
you're 60 years old. You've never done it.
I don't know. I don't even know how to start. I'm going to be real with you. I don't, like, normally I'm like, how do you eat an elephant? You know, one step at a time. Bite at a time, whatever. But
leave potatoes out on the counter. Step one. That's becoming a doctor.
Okay, because then you get sick from eating them, and then you have to be rushed to a doctor, and then you're like, hey, doctor, how do I become you?
Hey, I want to be you.
I hate these potatoes for us.
Hey.
You just don't know.
For the betterment of mankind, I'm going to be a doctor. Why did I make you sound like Ira Glass?
I feel like that I would just immediately drop out and become a cult leader.
That's unrelated. Of course you're going to be a cult leader.
I saw the relation.
That's why you moved down to deep Kentucky, so you could start a cult on your plot of land.
Man, I've been getting some gossip about, like, I didn't know there was tractor gossip.
Yeah.
Fucking fucked up. So anyway... Rural King apparently is sellouts, is what I found
fuck
out.
Them.
Yeah, like I said something. I'm like, yeah, I went to Lowe's. They're like, oh, don't go to Lowe's. It's stupid. Like, go to Tractor Supply. So I went to Tractor Supply and got some stuff. And I went to Rural King. I said they didn't have a fencing gun there.
Cannon.
And they're like, oh, a bunch of sellouts. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, tell me more about the tractor sellouts.
Yeah, it turns out working at any big box hardware store, you're a sellout. So I don't get like.
Yeah, they were trying to push out small tractor supply or whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
I guess just farms.
I don't think that.
I don't know
think
what
they supply. Farms.
I don't know what the smaller version of a tractor supply.
Okay, well, hang on.
Is.
I'll pause.
What is that?
Just I'll pause the show. You go back. You drive down. You talk to these people. You ask them. You come back. Then we finish.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see them again. I don't think we need to stop this moment.
No,
I'll probably come back with more tractor talk. Just a new segment I'm going to come up with.
You know, one can hope. I was hoping there would be some more Amish talk.
Yeah, well, there is. I definitely got more Amish talk. Like how the fake Amish tried to sell me cinder blocks for $5 instead of $3. Fools!
Wow.
I called them out. I said fools.
Wow. Yeah, they said we'll sell them for $5 because we're here and here's the cinder blocks.
Yeah. And
to get them for $3, you got to go somewhere.
It was a whole thing. My future father-in-law got in a fight with the fake Amish. It was an ordeal. He said they weren't professionals. And I was like, I don't think they are professional. I think they're just religious.
This is just their lifestyle.
I don't think that's what they're striving for.
That's not the insult to them you think it is.
I don't think I understand what's happening.
They're like, and? What do you mean? Of course we're not professionals.
Anything else food related you want to talk about?
Well, no, I got nothing food related.
I'm obsessed with hot dogs lately.
Are you really?
Oh,
You're a creep.
I've been putting mustard and hot sauce on them. I put barbecue sauce on one for no reason. I was like, I'm just going to put barbecue sauce on a hot dog and see what happens.
Made a chicken sandwich on a hot dog bun the other day.
There you go.
Yep.
So we're on the same track. Meat in the bun.
Yep.
We're practically back to the insect baguette idea, the kimcheto.
Yeah. Last time I had a baguette, I pulled Excalibur out of it.
Oh.
And now I'm the king of England.
What did we do this week?
I don't fucking know, man.
Oh. Gave up pretty fast.
Yeah.
What'd you do this week?
What did I do this week? Nothing. No, I did stuff this week. My son had basketball camp, and I ended up driving him out there most of the days.
You ended up driving him crazy.
Whoa.
If he's anything like me.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
A lot. Maybe he's your son.
You went and visited my dogs.
I did visit your dogs. We had a big storm, bunch of power outages, and
it was hot.
Yeah, my son lives in
my house.
No,
my son lives at your house.
No,
now
he lives near
because I found the key.
He lives near your house, and his power was out, so he came and stayed with me. And at that point, I was like, well, I know you live in the deep hills of Kentucky, so I should.
I'm gone now.
So I should go over and check on it
and
for
everything.
you.
I wear boots with shorts.
Boots and shorts.
No one cares anymore.
I mean, I care.
I've given up on myself. Not gonna lie. My image is whatever you need it to be.
For the listeners,
and you needed it to be this.
For the listeners, you showed up today at my house this morning with multiple American flag pieces of clothing.
Only 2.
And boots with shorts.
Yeah, cutoffs.
Cutoffs with American flag prints and a hat with an American flag on it.
It's got trees on it, though, so you know I'm for the environment.
Yep.
That's what that means.
Yep.
I actually stole that hat.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Just put it on and leave?
I put it on and walked out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I feel, we've been over this many times. I feel no remorse from stealing from a store. I don't care at all.
No, but
I feel nothing.
Everybody should steal from corporations.
We're all peasants.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Like they have it coming. I'm sorry. If there was karma, they would have been rectified a long time ago, but there's not. So fucking we're stealing.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's the karma.
Don't steal from residents. Steal from corporations.
Don't steal. Yeah, don't steal from like mom and pop stores. Steal from big chains like Walmart.
Yeah. Don't steal from my mom and pop's store.
Yeah.
Because also there's a store. I need to start like marketing for them here. Where I'm like, come on down, my mom and pop store.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it. Like,
I'm not telling you where it is. If you find it, buy something.
It'll be exclusive. If you find it, buy something. But don't steal now.
Don't you steal now.
All these price tags dangling from my clothes from when I stole.
Steal at Walmart on your way here. Don't steal.
Bring it to us. We'll sell it. Mom and pop store near you.
I think that's a good plan.
Now what? What do we watch? I don't know the name.
You want to talk about this movie? We watched a picture called
Predestination.
Predestination. It was from 2014, although
15.
So here's the thing: IMDb says 14. When I watched it on Apple TV, it said 15. So I don't really know. Maybe 14 was a like a festival release or something. Maybe that was like a festival premiere. So that's the technical date. I don't know.
I think it was at the Error Festival.
Festival. That was an error.
It was at the Error.
That should be at the Error Festival.
It was. I was headlining.
So this movie was directed by the Spierig brothers, starring Ethan Hawke, Sarah Snook, Madeline West, and Noah Taylor.
This is based off a short story.
Yeah, by Robert Heinlein, which I did not know.
Yep. I didn't read it.
I didn't either.
Did you do any prep work by reading it?
No, I don't fucking read.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. Like I called this from the first scene. Just because we're...
Really?
Because we've been watching... I don't know, because we have to pay such close detail, and I think that we've been analyzing so many movies like this, I'm like, oh no, that's 100% going to be him. Like, it's going to come back, and that's going to be the guy that shot him. Like, I got it. Right away.
I wasn't sure. Like, from that scene,
but even like, there were so many, not even subtle hints that this was all the same character. Also, moving forward, when they met each other, I'm like, I bet you they're like related, they know each other, whatever. They're both in the same timeline, traveling together. And I'm like, yep, that one too.
I got to tell you something.
It kept happening, but when he was like, I'm my own grandfather, I'm like, okay, so the facial transition. I'm like, yeah, it's the same person. The whole movie. Not that this wasn't good. I like this movie. However, it was very predictable.
I was so mad that they were all the same person.
No, I was cool with it.
Every single person was the same person.
I'm fine with that.
It was so stupid. You want to give a little synopsis of this before we get too far into it?
Man, I'm glad that I stole a synopsis because I literally wrote my own.
You're like, I don't fucking know.
And I wrote, so there's a baby, and that's it. Ellipsis. I don't know what to do.
So there's a baby.
I don't know how to do this elevator pitch. I don't know how to tell a summary. It's just, I get so confused. This is a time travel, time loop, Rashomon. It's all these things.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if it is a Rashomon.
That's why it's last.
And we gotta have some real discussion about it.
But what I'm saying is, like, I don't know how to explain this, so I'm so happy you're here because I would just skip this episode if it was just me. If I was the only host, I just wouldn't do this one.
All right. So what's the
but I do like
synopsis that you stole?
A riveting adventure through time centered on a secret government time-traveling agency designed to prevent future killers and terrorists from committing their crimes. So that's like a gloss
that sounds
over.
cool.
Like, like that's it.
That sounds cool.
That's not at all how I would describe it, but sure, that's it.
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. I think that
that's like Jurassic Park. If you were like, it's a futuristic thriller, you're like, oh, I mean, that's right. That's right.
I think you should replace the word riveting with rip-roaring.
Rip-roaring.
So here's the thing for me. The first thing I noticed was that the opening scene that set reminded me a lot of Time Crimes, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if he's trying to stop some time crimes.
Oh, I wrote source code. Is this source code? So once again, now that we've watched too many fucking movies like this, I'm like, I've already seen this movie.
Okay, so I will tell you this. This movie came up on lists when I was researching time loops.
No, I know.
Like, this one came up. We almost did it.
This is much more of a time loop. This is still fine because I like this in the genre because, as we've said before, they don't all have to be on the money. Yeah. Sometimes we're filtering.
This movie was on the slate for season 1. It was going to be an episode, and then The Map of Tiny Perfect Things came out.
My feelings were changing the entire time about her performance as I was going on.
I thought
I wrote, at one point I wrote she's not a good actor, and then at the end I'm like, she's a fucking amazing. Like when the two characters are talking to themselves, I'm like, this is great.
I thought she was great as Jane. I thought as John she was stiff.
Well, that's what I wrote originally, is that when she's Jane Man,
John.
Oh, it's
John.
He has a name.
Yeah, it's John.
Okay. All right, I was going to say Tarzan, but he's Jane and Tarzan.
I like that, but
Tarzan.
It is John.
So,
I thought John looked like discount Leonardo DiCaprio.
I thought the same thing. I was like, I know what she's trying to convey in this character.
Yeah.
She's not getting there. But then when I saw the two on the date, I went, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect now that they're talking to each other because you can really see the differences. But when it seemed like bad acting at the bar when she was talking. I'm like, this doesn't seem like you believe you're the character.
And when he was like
she's standoff.
When she said, when I was a little girl, and he's like, whoa, I was like, no one does not think that is the case.
Yeah.
Like, you're not fooling anybody. Yeah. You're in bad makeup. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that because the whole time I was like, maybe it's I don't like the character. Maybe it's that I just don't like John, and that's why I'm criticizing it so hard. But I also thought, I'm like, I don't believe you. I feel like this is bad theater.
Yeah, it was a little.
But once again, my eyes were. I did like it so much more when they were responding with each other because you saw the juxtaposition of the actress. Like I thought it was really great how different she was portraying each one.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that for sure.
I think the chemistry with herself was perfect.
So I do want to say there was. I had to make a note of this because it was so. I really liked this movie. At the beginning, I really liked the beginning of this movie, even through like.
Oh, I mean, when
John telling the story of Jane, like I was really enjoying this movie, like, and I had to make a point, like, that this movie started off like interesting enough that something really stupid has to happen later in the movie for me to have never actually heard of it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is really good. I would really like this movie. Like I would have heard about this. Like I would be really surprised if something that I had never heard of was like that I like this much. And then the whole thing
You've
of
heard
them
of Ghost Rider because that's what the opening was. When his head was on fire, I'm like, is this just going to be Ghost Rider? Is this somehow this character was shoehorned in here?
No, I just thought the whole thing of like, I don't know, man.
And then it became Ghost Writer.
Like,
where they were solving the mystery. That shit was badass. I was telling all my second grade class, this shit is hard.
Oh, you're not going to believe it when he shows up on his bike. And then you hear like a bring, bring from like a little bike bell.
For all of you who didn't catch that reference, go back a few episodes where I was talking about Ghost Rider versus Ghost Writer when I got confused.
Yeah, that was this season. That might have been the first episode. I don't remember. But yeah, no, but like when it does the whole thing where it was like, I was like, okay, Jane is John, and Jane is also her own baby. I thought like, okay, that's fine. But when it was Jane is her own baby and the father of the baby and Ethan Hawke, I was like, all right, this is fucking stupid. There's one character in this movie.
No, it wasn't stupid. I thought you were going to be in love. I thought you were going to be cranking off when I
Here's the thing. I liked the movie. I thought I thought they went too far with that. It was stupid.
The only thing I disliked about this movie was the ending, where I'm like, oh, they're not gonna they're gonna leave it to be like, oh, what does happen to Ethan Hawke's character, or whatever, the one character, whatever.
Yeah.
The agent, like, what is gonna happen? But then when he shot him, I was like, okay, that was rushed. That didn't feel like he actually meant. Like, once again, like the whole time where it's like, you can change it if you don't shoot me and we can be together, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's whatever. So when he shoots him, you're like, I don't buy it.
The fizzle bomber.
And then when it ends, you're like, okay. Like, I get what you were setting up, because I saw it from a couple minutes ago.
It's a loop. It's predestination.
But I'm like, okay. I didn't think you were going to end it like that. It really just, it seemed like they were building this up.
Yeah.
They were about somewhere, and then they went, oh, dude, this is only an hour and 37 minutes, and we're at hour 35. And they're like, wrap it.
There's something so unremarkable.
They couldn't figure out an ending for this movie.
About making the choice that they did at the end. And that's the problem, is like, you made the expected choice. You made it's the loop, so he has to do it. He doesn't break the cycle. No, that's important. Breaking the cycle is important.
I like that he meets himself at the end, because once again, there's the time travel disruption in your brain, or whatever it was, the trauma there.
Yep.
And then
he does it too much.
There's the love story where John falls for Jane, and they're in love, and like, we're getting that whole being in love with yourself. But I love that once he's crazy and his brain's been like torqued, like it's too out of control, that he sees himself again and he falls in love again, even though it's not that, it doesn't look like the same person. You're like, oh, that's right, because it's the same character.
That's you.
Keeps falling in love with himself. I'm like, that's fucking very interesting. So
narcissism.
I agree. I disagree with you about the adding, but it being one character. I think that's very interesting.
I don't know. I think it could be, but I think the way that it could be is the ending is Agent Ethan Hawke confronts the fizzle bomber, and he says, obviously you're me and I'm you, and
also,
you're going to become
didn't
this.
You know that was going to be him, like, halfway through the movie? Of course, that's going to be him.
I knew. Here's the thing. I thought the fizzle bomber was going to be Ethan Hawke or Jane, and I was right.
Right, either one.
And I was right.
First off,
no, here's
fizzle bomber is not threatening. It sounds like someone whose explosive never work.
Right.
Why did they call him the fizzle bomber?
Well, and they mentioned that.
Oh.
Because he's like, I never liked that name, like, at one point. But no, the thing of it is, and this is my fix for this movie. I think if this is the ending, I love this movie. Agent Ethan Hawke, instead of shooting fizzle bomber, shoots himself.
Oh, that's
ends the loop. It's over.
Oh, that's cool.
He fixes it. He breaks the cycle.
Oh, wow.
That's what I thought he was gonna do.
Wow, that is the ending. I was like, I don't know how you would end it.
That's the one.
That is.
You break the cycle. You have to break the cycle. Fuck. Because Noah Taylor's like, it's inevitable, in his like really bad American accent, which is bad because he sounds like he has like food in his mouth the entire time he's talking. But like when he says something about like you need someone working outside the system would do more to save lives and blah blah blah, but like, you gotta break that cycle, man. You gotta break it.
Well, that's the end of the show.
Because I came up with a better ending.
I solved the problem that I had.
But like, doesn't that raise the level of the movie like another tier? Like, it's like, oh, this is fucking awesome. That like he breaks the loop, like, regardless of
but then when the body's on the ground, the two Ethan Hawke walk in and clean up the body like this, like it's clones. Yeah, ooh, hats and hats.
So my thought was like, he breaks the cycle because he realizes at this point, I've been chasing this guy my entire life. I've been trying to stop him, and like, even though he says, I saved more lives by being this bomber and killing these other people, like, even though he says that, it's still like, this man is the torment of my life, and the way to stop him from existing is to kill myself.
I know, you already made your point. What are you living in this moment?
Well, no, but I think
you just love being right. You love having this idea that you needed to...
No, I just think it's such an interesting way to look at it, that his whole goal in life is to like save lives, to help people, to stop these crimes, and like his biggest thing is chasing himself the whole time. I got
it.
From recruiting himself as Jane to chasing himself as the Fizzle Bomber.
I was so fucking proud of you. And you know what I'm feeling right now? Less than proud.
I want you to get into this conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to draw you in.
I wish you would have shot himself. There. Are you happy?
Not even a little bit.
Because then it breaks the cycle. I got it the first time. Fuck. I got it a little more the second. But the third and the fourth, not so much. I got a feeling, though, number 5 is going to get me back. Try it again.
I feel like you don't get it. Hang on. Let me just go through this one more time.
Hang on. Okay. So the beginning of the movie, there's a baby. That's all I remember.
So, but I will say this. So, like, you know, like the
you
more...
didn't like the baby was him? I thought that was cool.
No. Okay, here's the thing. The more we talk about it, the more I do kind of agree. Like, no, you're right. It is cool that it's all one character and every interaction...
you know what it is? Like, anytime something like this happens, I go, I couldn't have done it, so I'm impressed. Like,
no, here's the thing. It's... that they did it is cool. The idea of it is cool, but the way they revealed it was so like cheesy and like dun dun dun. Yeah. Like it was such a dumb reveal.
Yeah, the part when he's looking at the photos, I'm like, "Oh, are you gonna go catch? I'm like, you gonna go catch yourself?" And then he went right to the laundromat. I'm like, "Oh, that was fast." I'm like,
"Yep, there he is."
I was like, "That you just never thought of that, huh?"
Huh.
Never thought it was you?
Never thought you should go to the one place that you knew he was. That's wow.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, when you look at the laundromat, I'm like, wait, so that's the one that happens, and that's where he's going to be? And then he's like staring, and getting close, a tighter shot on him. I'm like, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I think if he's there, you should
that's
go.
Where you should go.
And then he goes, and he's there. I said, oh, that was it? I'm like,
I thought something was gonna. I thought you were gonna have to follow more of a trip, but no, it's just go there.
Yeah,
all right, there he is.
If the clipping, you're right. If the clippings are there with the dates, you're like, we'll just go there.
But they did say he kept changing the date in March. They knew it was March 1975, but he kept changing the date, which I was like, all right, I guess.
I guess that's true. If you just went to a location, you just went to the earliest point in that 57 years, whatever you could do, just go there and just live there. Just live there until he shows up.
Hey. Hey, don't bomb stuff.
Wait, hang on. That solves the problem. You don't got to do this whole procedure. Okay.
Thank you.
So
explain it 3 or 4 more times.
Wait a second. Time travel. I don't even know where I was gonna go. Holy shit! I said the words time travel, and I just felt this wave.
Time travel.
With this wave hit my head. Like, just stop.
Well, but also
this is every time I try to think about timelines overlapping, I go, ooh, just stop.
And like, if you think too hard about it, like this specifically, it couldn't happen.
How does it start? Like, is there more than one agent?
Exactly. How does it start? Because it's not possible. How does that baby get created?
I think that's why they kept saying
the baby doesn't exist
that's why
already.
They kept talking about the snake eating its tail, but you're like, but how does it?
It still has to start.
How do you jump into the
circle? It still has to
circle?
become a snake and then start eating its own tail. How does it become the snake?
You know why it doesn't make sense? Because it's not possible, Zach.
Because it's silly.
Oh, that's even better. I like when things aren't possible. You just calling them silly.
Because it's a silly Billy.
Like JFK was like talking about the space program. Yeah, someone stood up and was like, "That's silly."
Hey, Mr. President. I imagine him giving a speech like, regardless of how silly it might sound, we are going to do the silly sounding thing and put a man on the moon. Do you like my Mayor Quimby voice?
I do. I was 100% like, it's just Quimby. So the opening of this is like, if you could kill someone and get away with it, would you? I wrote down my first note. I would kill, and I underlined anyone if I could get away with it. Like, any person at all. If you were just like, by the time he couldn't even get done with the sentence, and there would be no consequences, done. I just want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm on someone's watch list at this point, but I want to do it. I want to murder. I want to stab someone to death too.
That's awful.
Why?
You're a monster.
No.
Yep.
I won't care if they. Well, no, they gotta
just kill a pig.
They gotta die, or else it's not killing. That's just stabbing.
Don't just kill a pig.
I was gonna say they don't have to die
down on your farm.
So that's even worse than I'm just stabbing someone. I'm like, I don't care if you live or die.
You better die.
No, I don't want to kill a pig. What do they do to me?
Okay. Feed you.
Give
you a delicious breakfast.
That's right. Pigs are a delicious breakfast. Do you think...
I do.
How hungry would you have to be? Let's say you cut off a pig's head and put it in the oven and you cook it for the appropriate time or whatever it would be. How long until that looks appealing that you're like, I'm gonna eat that thing like a fucking watermelon. Oh, like it's not like a watermelon.
You cut wedges out of it?
I meant to say like an apple, but
I think it's the opposite of a watermelon because I think the outside would be the most delicious part.
Yeah, you cut pizza slices out of the head.
You flatten it?
No, to where you like pick.
What's wrong with you?
No, to where you pick up the head.
You lost the thread of this metaphor, man. I don't.
And then you take a bite of the pig's head. At what point is that appetizing that you eat a pig's head? Stop nodding at me. I'm asking you a fucking serious question.
You got to take one of those words out of that sentence because no, you're not.
Okay. Let's say there's a big old apple.
Oh, yeah.
You'd pick that up.
The biggest apple is like a quarter the size of a pig's head. There's no fucking way you can eat a pig's head like an apple.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, big wedge pig head. Roast pig head. Mind the skull. Like, what?
I couldn't think of a bigger fruit that you take a bite of.
None.
So I thought
they
of
don't
the biggest
exist.
fruit, which to me is the watermelon.
You'll take a bite out of it.
I know. I fucked up. But just the once, though. Let's say you got a big old apple, and you pick that up with two big old hands.
Why do I have big old hands now? I mean, I guess. Fine.
I don't know why the hands are bigger than the apple is. Because then the apple would be small.
It'd just be regular sized.
Let's say you got big hands.
Let's say it. Yeah, let's say that.
Then every apple would be applesauce because you couldn't control them. They'd smash them. I don't know what my point was. I would like to take a bite of a pig's face is what I'm trying to get at.
I think you should get a pig for your farm that you live on.
I will. That's all it took.
Yeah. And then
the pigs will live with the dogs.
You could beat it to death with a mag light.
That's how strong that mag light is.
And that's how you eat your breakfast.
Oh, I am sweating. This is a problem. So, would you kill somebody?
No, probably not.
Oh, not even for sport? Like you wouldn't beat your friend to death with a mag light to show how strong and sporty you are?
You got this little flashlight.
It would just hurt really hard.
I mean, it's heavier than it looks, but like... I don't think it would kill you.
I don't see you trotting that thing around. Oh, Jesus. So bright.
Yes?
I don't know. I'm at a loss.
Yeah, we got to talk about this movie some more.
I want that collapsible case thing that he had.
That was cool.
Like, how come that never showed up again? Or was that the bomb?
That was a bomb disposal thing. He was supposed to put the bomb in there.
Oh.
Like, because he was, like, diffusing it, trying to stop the fizzle bomber.
But I was thinking, like, when that thing opened up, it was a perfect square. And I was like, well, you could put a loaf of bread in there. And all I was thinking is, if you stack bread with cheese in there, you could have a super grilled cheese sandwich.
You are fucking obsessed with bread.
What?
You won't stop with the bread.
No.
You were talking about my bread earlier. Oh, yeah. Then you were talking about how you needed to have a baguette on hand at all time for meal prep.
I was talking about that kimchi bread.
Yep, that too.
Man, but you know what I'm saying, though? Because it was the right height for a big old loaf of bread.
Yeah, you put a loaf in there.
With cheese? See how it's all, this is the snake eating itself. Because the conversation has come back to the bread cheese. You know, you got to have it.
You know, here's the thing.
You got a ciabatta.
People think that we're just jackasses who spout off nonsense, but we planned this conversation out so well that it would mimic the structure of the movie and also not make sense like the movie.
Seriously, I think you would bite into his face. I think you would would you eat the nose, the little snout?
No,
or would you take a bite of his ear? But then it'd be sensual. If you nibbled on a dead pig's ear, at any point would you be like, this is kind of like foreplay?
I hate that I'm hearing this sentence. I hate it.
It's cooked. It's this meat at that point.
Am I a fucking dog? Why am I chewing on a pig's ear?
You're hungry. That's what I'm saying, you ass. You fucking horse's ass. Please take this little adventure with me. You are so hungry. You're going to die.
Okay, hang on.
Answer
me one question.
When you're chewing on the dead pig's ear, are you at one point going, this is kind of like foreplay? That's all I want you to...
Never, no. Not one point.
False.
Let me ask you this. This is important. Why do you only have a pig's head? Why don't you have its body that you could eat?
Oh, you fucked the rest of it to death.
What? But you would still have the body?
No, it's out in the ocean somewhere somehow.
Why are we at the ocean?
Oh, that's why. First off, why would you eat the pig's face if you weren't stuck out in the ocean?
How would we have an oven to roast it like you said initially?
It's an oven boat. No, I know what it is. It's so hot in the boat that it becomes an oven.
We're on a bakery vessel. For the Navy.
All right, listen. This hypothetical doesn't have to make sense, okay?
Well, it doesn't.
So, you only got the raft and the oven.
Raft?
It's just me, you, raft, and then pig's head, oven. That's it.
I'll eat your face first. We'll be sensual.
I
nibbling
swear to
on your ear.
What I'm getting at is when you're nibbling on the pig's ear, how long is it before you look at me and find me attractive? When you're nibbling on that pig's ear and you're like, oh, this is pretty hot. But you know what's hotter than a dead pig's head? My buddy over there. I don't basting in the sun, getting all bronze.
Was this a long con to try to seduce me, you creep?
Remember when we met? This is the actual snake. This is the snake eating the tail that you're stuck in. When you said, hi, I'm Zach, I was like, one day, I'm going to get him on a raft.
Hi, my name's Zach. Can I jump on your trampoline?
No one's going to get that.
That's what I said to you.
Okay. Well, we can't live on trampolines.
I recently was talking about how your trampoline that you had in high school, you had to like take it apart every single time.
For insurance reasons.
And someone was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I know.
That's one of those things that you
insane.
that I did for so long, it never registered that it was weird.
No, you get used to it, but it's like literally no one does that because it is such a huge pain in the ass to put that trampoline together the first time that you're like, I'm never doing this again.
I will give my dad credit because I said, can I get a trampoline? And he said, absolutely not. It's an insurance issue. I said, oh, okay. So I went and bought one and then didn't know what to do with it. So I took it to my buddy's house and we couldn't leave it there because they kept breaking it. So then we took it to my dad's house and he goes, no, still no. So then we put it up anyway and he goes, wow, you get to take it apart every single time. And we did.
That's perfect.
So in his defense, that was a compromise.
Here's the thing. I thought it was he didn't want you killing the grass thing.
No.
It was insurance. That's funny. I like this story a lot more, but I was just like, I just always
he was afraid the local
kids. Such a pain in the ass.
Which, we knew all the local kids because we were friends with them.
You're the local kids.
We come over and jump, and then you guys did.
Yeah, of course we did.
He was scared that you guys would come jump, and then you came over and jumped, and he was like, oh, my worst fears. My worst fears are imagined.
Right.
They're here. Didn't make any sense, but once again, he did tell me just no. Then we did backyard wrestling on it, and then he was very not happy with it.
Yeah, and then he found that video that had backyard wrestling on it, as well as other ridiculous things, like our friend Josh with his shoe polish.
That was backyard, quote, wrestling.
That was more like
it really sounds like we were having having sex. That's
it was proto Jackass. It was like we had all watched like the CKY videos.
Yeah.
And wanted to do ridiculous things.
I mean, our success accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened.
That's weird before the internet when you were just making videos like that.
Yeah.
Just home movies.
Well, it's like that episode of fucking Mr. Show that's all about like those like videos that would get passed around of just like weird things that people would like make a copy of it and give it to their friend. Like, It's so fucking weird that was a thing that existed.
Well,
yeah. All right. Well,
we did it.
Well, thanks for listening this week. Oh, fuck. We got a lot to talk about, right?
Yep. So after he gets his new face.
Okay.
It's when his face
the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah. They're like, the person won't recognize you now. Like the fizzle bomber won't recognize you now because, you look completely different. And I was like, was the way that they're not going to recognize him is because he's dressed like a village person now? Like that vest and mustache, I'm like, you're just trying to make him the cop Native American now.
Yep.
I can't say Indian, but that's who I'm referencing.
Yeah. But so I thought that like this movie to me was like it was like
so
that
bonerific.
No, it reminded me of that James Franco movie we did in the Point Break season that I can't remember what it was called because it sucked.
There was a James Franco movie?
Yeah, it was a bank heist and he was a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
It fucking sucked.
Yeah. Where, like, at the end, he was the ghost.
Yeah. It's like, you mean the guy who looks like he's in the 70s?
Yeah, that was
working at a bank
the
was
opening
a ghost.
shot where you're like, man, that guy's not in the right time.
Yeah, you're like, oh, man, he's a ghost for sure. Ugh, God.
What you doing?
I'm looking at these, the director, the Spierig brothers. I'm seeing what else they did because I was trying to see if
I meant to do that as well. I was not prepared. I didn't read the
They did Daybreakers.
I liked that movie. That was also
I never
Ethan
saw it.
Hawke.
Was it really?
I'm not sure if you would. There was Willem Dafoe. He's in that too.
Yeah,
and then,
Ethan
and
Hawke,
then
Willem Dafoe, Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it O'Neill or Neil?
Neil.
No, I like that
know
movie
that.
a lot.
I know it's about like
It's
vampires.
It's not really a horror movie. It's more like a pandemic kind of thing.
It seems like it kind of reminded me of what's that vampire movie from the early 2000s? with Kate Beckinsale?
I know what you're talking about.
What's that called?
I don't know. End of Days.
No,
That's not it. That's Arnold.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, but no, it's actually good.
I mean, I thought that movie.
I think if you watched it, you would be like, "This is whatever."
Oh, he did Jigsaw. I saw that. That was fun. I like the Saw movies.
Oh,
It's a Saw movie. It's the one from 2017, the last one before the Chris Rock one that came out last year.
Oh, that's news to me.
Spiral from the Book of Saw. Yeah,
Oh.
it's like a spin-off series.
Chris Rock?
Yeah, he's like a detective. I mean, he was in some of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
Whatever.
it doesn't look like they've done a ton of stuff. It looks like mostly like kind of weird horror, which is fine, or like horror adjacent, like Daybreakers.
So besides the song like "I'm My Own Grandfather" being played so many times, you're like, "No, I got it. I got it." When he puts the glasses on real slow and then
Yeah,
looks
I was
at her, I'm like, "No, you're her. No, I got it.
Yeah, obvious.
I got it."
It was very obvious. And then, but that was my whole problem with the reveal is because they do that, and then they do like, they're the same. Like
Yeah.
we're like, yeah.
No, I was just saying, like,
know.
it's so on the nose. You're like, no, that would have been cool. Like, if he would have turned away and was putting glasses on, you're like, see, like, I already knew, but
that's
cool.
But when he did like,
Yeah, then it like kind of like the triple punch zoom in, bum bum bum, like, like fucking shit. Stop. Just be chill about it. Like, once again, the song playing in the background, "I'm My Own Grandfather," that's fine. Him singing it, going down the steps, not fine. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
too much. Like, you're emphasizing it too much.
yeah, it is too much. It's giving your audience way less credit than they deserve.
The Easter eggs are so much more fun if you just hear it in the background.
Well, that's why, like,
On
I don't
the
know.
second-
People like people didn't like Inception. A lot of people complained about Inception, acting like it was too confusing. But like Christopher Nolan makes a movie with the thought that my audience is smart. My audience will understand what they need to understand, and what they don't is intentional.
When he gets when he becomes Ghost Rider in the beginning, and then he's like, full body cast. So immediately you're like, okay, I need to pay attention because like this is gonna look.
Yeah.
We don't know what the person looked like before, and now we don't.
And now they look different.
So I'm on high alert. They could have done like flashes of that whole, like a little montage of that whole thing where like just close up of his face where he's kind of pushing at it or whatever, where it's just subtly touching on the, just a voiceover. You wouldn't recognize yourself in the mirror.
About his voice is low.
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize your mother wouldn't recognize you. Kind of like
He says my own mother wouldn't recognize it, which is hilarious because
I know.
you're your own mother. So you recognize you.
So
you
once
see
again, just a little more subtle, and then it's not so in the spotlight.
Yeah,
You know what
I feel
mean?
like this is a movie that like I don't hate. There's
worth
a lot,
watching.
There's a
I
lot
would
to
recommend
like.
this movie.
Absolutely, I would recommend it. There's a lot to like about it, but it just misses the mark by like just enough that it's like, oh man, this could have been a really good movie.
A couple more edits, and it would have been.
Yeah, this could have been a really good movie.
I think on paper this sounds so phenomenal.
That's probably why they wanted to do this short story. They read the story and were like, this is so fucking cool. We got to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to read it now to see like what they added to the short story to make it.
You
want to
put that on our list of things to do?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have it done by
read it
next week. You want to have it by the end of the season? We'll read it.
Yeah, I'll read it.
All right, I'm into it.
I gotta find it at the
Wanna
library.
shake?
Yeah, let's shake. Oh, we're touching. Oh, we're touching. Wonder what was it called? All the Zombies or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Here's
the library.
Here's the moment that I've been waiting for.
Okay.
Could you fall in love with yourself?
Oh fuck yeah! I love me. I rule.
Of
course I would.
I'm so happy.
If I found a lady me that was cute like Jane, like I thought she was cute. Like why wouldn't I?
No, I don't even need that. If I found me, I already know I'm cute. If I saw me as with a wig, I'd be like, oh yeah. Without the wig, oh yeah.
Look, me with the wig would look too much like one of my sisters, and that
First off,
I can't do
first
that.
off, if I showed up with a wig, I'd go, hey, that's you, Chris. Like, I'd be like, that's clearly you.
Take off the wig.
Here's the thing. It didn't change that much. They look very much alike because they're the same person. One's just a guy, one's a girl.
Right.
So if I show up with a wig and eyeliner, I'm like, hey, Chris, what are you up to over there? Like,
making a movie?
I don't know. But not that it would matter because I agree. I would fall in love with myself.
Okay, I have placed a hold on the audiobook that contains that short story. Perfect. So I don't know when it will be available, but it's
perfect.
It should be coming to me from the library.
All right. So follow up on that. All right, so you're in love with yourself, and you got the wig.
Yeah. I'm in love with myself now.
You got the wig. Do you have the goatee if you're the lady?
No, I would be like an attractive lady.
Oh, okay.
I would be like a cute girl.
Like, they fuck in the car. How do you fuck yourself? Like, what position are you like, all right, like, you start the whole thing, but then, like, how do you move to, like, intercourse?
Okay, hang on. Number one, I'm not telling you that because you're just saying, like, what position do you like? Because they're both me. That's all you're asking.
No, because...
You're just like, hey, how horny do you want this episode to be? Not at all. That's the answer.
First off, no, what I'm getting at is the female you might not like the same thing as the male you.
No, you're wrong. Like, it's me. It's me.
No.
Nope,
because you don't have the vagina.
Sorry.
So it's just anal. It's just straight anal.
No, I don't know. I'll do whatever. But you don't get to know about it. No, you pervert.
I know. All I know is
put your penis away.
Is that if I'm the female one and the male me's trying to fuck me from behind, I'm like, no way, buddy. You look me in the eye when you make love.
Look at my beautiful eyes that are the exact same as yours.
Hell yeah.
Dude, when they're on the date, when Jane and John are on the date, actually, it's the day they first meet. They're sitting at that table looking across from each other. I would be like, if I was looking across from somebody whose eyes were exactly the same as mine, I'd be like, the fuck is going on here? Yeah. Like, I wouldn't... There's no way. Their eyes are so, like,
no,
looking. So unusual.
She had glasses on.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, the glasses were the inhibitor.
It means she could see him better.
It means, like, that's like pheromones. Like, it blocks the pheromones. You're like, I can't see. I
don't understand any of this.
You know, pheromones...
Yeah, I'm the dumb one.
Pheromones are, like, the attractor.
I know.
You're like, oh, I'm so attractive. So
why?
If you block the eye pheromoners... hang on, let me start.
Pheromoners.
What is it? What's the visual pheromone?
Nothing. That's not a thing. It doesn't exist.
Attractive. Like, that's why if you're blind.
I gotta go.
All right, if you're blind,
I'm done.
Just best of luck, because I don't think you are gonna fall in love.
Yeah,
because you don't get the pheromoners. Would you look at me?
Nope. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Quit looking away.
Nope.
Yeah, is it because of the glasses? Oh, see, that's the problem.
I'm going to look even further
Take those things off, and the pheromones are going to start up.
Yeah, I don't want your pheromoners getting into my eyes, you fucking pervert. Touching me.
What was I getting at, though?
I don't know. No one knows. You want to talk about some tropes?
Well, I don't know. I think I would know if it was me. I guess she didn't. They didn't. You
want to get in some tropes?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, number one.
No.
One side to the story. Only one. Yeah. There was one side.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to see both sides. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was not even their versions.
No. Here's the thing. I don't understand how this got on a list of Rashomon movies. Yeah. I don't understand it at all.
It's almost like the public didn't want this to work out, like our episode. Or even our lives.
Well, congratulations, public. You win.
Yours is off track. Tragedy?
Yeah.
It's a sad story.
If nothing else, her having her baby stolen was awful.
Terrible. Oof. Besides this, the rest of her life.
Yeah.
While she was female.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awful.
I mean, even as male, it was sad, but it wasn't tragic. Her
it's all
female
awful.
Life was tragic.
Yeah. So much happened to her.
Telling story to pass time. I'm saying yeah.
I said yeah because the bar.
Well, okay. Well, that one too.
I
meant the whole thing's kind of just a story.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just like a movie. But like, no, literally, like, you know, they're at the bar, and
I didn't mean it like that.
John
I mean
like,
because there's an outside source looking at it. I don't know. It kind of has the vibe of a story in that like. Okay. He's telling it over, but yes, either way it is.
Well, and he's like recording it on the tape recorder to leave for. No
Pappas. I'm not giving it a Pappas.
Oh, you're wrong.
Who?
The Fizzlebobber is the Pappas.
They're
all the Pappas. They're all wild cards.
I'm still saying no.
I'm real.
I don't want to give it to it. I just don't want to.
No.
Unsolved Mystery.
Like the TV show?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's unsolved.
You know what? I guess you're right.
I guess it is kind of.
It is a mystery. I mean, it is a mystery because you don't know who
didn't get it, but it is.
Yeah, it is a mystery because you don't know who. Like, they're trying to figure out who the Fizzlebomber is.
Yeah.
What a stupid name.
I like leaving it as unsolved mystery, and I'm like,
name.
yeah, in the end, I guess we don't know what happened. That's why I gave it to it. I'm like, yeah, I guess we don't know, even though we do. Even though we do know.
Ghost Husband.
Ghost Dad, yeah.
Who's the Ghost Dad?
I forget.
No.
Hang on.
They're all alive, always, because it's a loop. They're never not dead.
Hang on. Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad. Oh, it's because it was a mystery of who the dad was, so he was a ghost in the child's life. Ghost Dad.
No, because that person's alive.
Yeah, but it was a mystery.
But it's not a ghost.
The mystery was, Ghost Dad,
It's no ghost husband.
I'm doing Ghost Dad.
You're wrong.
Okay. Infidelity.
No.
I wrote but I can't remember why.
What?
I just started looking up, unfaithful.
You're just trying to give this 100%.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not trying. I wish I would have wrote I never write side notes, so why I'm saying
I will sometimes. If it's weird, I will make a note.
Infidelity. I'm changing the no because
that's a no.
I genuinely can't remember that one. I said yeah to that one.
Tall Tale. I said no because it's all just like.
Oh no, I said yeah because he lied to us.
Here's the thing. I was going to initially, and then by the end of the movie, I was like, no, it's all just.
No, because Ethan Hawke misleads her. So I'm like, Tall Tale.
Lying to yourself is fine. We do it all the time. Otherwise, we'd fucking be dead. We wouldn't survive if we didn't lie to ourselves.
Infidelity. I don't know.
It can't be infidelity because it's masturbation.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So you really so you would just take yourself from behind, is what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not saying anything.
I'm
saying you don't get that info.
Sweet love to my face. Like with the head, like.
What'd you say to Just a Small Town Girl?
Oh, the journey. Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah, because they're traveling through time.
Yeah,
it is a journey. Absolutely.
Man, this didn't feel pleasing at all at the end.
No.
Like these tropes were just like, yeah, I technically hit it.
Yeah,
because it's a different genre.
But weirdly, it shouldn't have been.
Because it shouldn't have ranked at all.
Let me tell you, I almost
didn't.
I almost did the Groundhog Day tropes too.
Yeah,
like in addition, just
that would be good.
Yeah. Well, I suck.
Nah, you're all right.
You want to look at them? You want to go through Groundhog Day and see if it fits?
Yeah, list them off.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull it up.
Just pull them up. We'll just go. Don't riddle them off. We'll just go through one by one.
Yeah. I'm pulling them up.
There's 10 of those, right? Sorry, I'm writing it.
There is 10 of those.
What would it be? Time loop or would it be? I guess it has to be time loop.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Sorry, everyone.
All right, number 1, Journey from Cynical to Sincere. I say no.
No. I'm giving a no.
Another character helps him see a different perspective.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Himself.
Sort of, but yes. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Oh, Gesundheit. But also that robot. That robot man.
Yeah. Second Day Uncertainty.
Sorry, everybody.
There's no real loop, but I still think there is a bit of Second Day Uncertainty.
How do we prove it, though? Oh, no, because when he's burned up,
we decide.
He's uncertain on who he is now.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
So, Isolation. I say yes. There's
literally
he's
with himself. He's with himself
the whole
time.
Okay. Attempts to explain the situation to an outsider. Attempts to.
He's not an outsider.
Here's the thing. Attempts to, but it's not actually an outsider. It's himself.
I'm giving that a no.
I think it's attempts. But it fails because
it doesn't matter if it was an attempt, yay or nay.
I say yes.
He's not an outsider.
Well, he attempts to explain to an outsider, but fails because it's not an outsider.
No.
Okay. Once he realizes what he can do, he takes advantage.
Yeah, because he exploits the time loop laws.
He does do that. Tries multiple ways to get to the next day. No, because it's not really that type of thing.
No.
And he does not give up selfish ways to break the cycle. There's only 8.
Oh.
There's not 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I gave it 5 out of 8. What did you give it?
What was the last one?
Giving up selfish ways to break the cycle?
No, that's not it. He doesn't break the cycle.
Yeah, I said no. But that is the last one.
All right, so it's 50-50, right?
You got 4?
Yep.
I got 5.
Yep.
So
50-50 Groundhog Day.
yeah, like this is.
It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's nothing. It's just in limbo.
Is,
check and see if it's Point Break.
Let's see if it's a. Ooh, you know what?
Wait.
It could be a body swap.
I was gonna say.
It could be a body swap.
Know what I almost asked? Wait, what was the 3rd season? I swear to God, I can't ever remember the 3rd.
Could be a body
season.
swap. Holy shit!
Oh, do you want to do body swap? Do it. Fuck it.
Okay, hang on. Let me look it up.
Is there 10? There's 10 in body swap. Right?
There should be 10 in
Everyone,
body swap.
stay with us. Actually, if you want to tune out, that's fine. We're doing this for us now. If you don't want to hang in there, I totally get it. But let's do body swap and just see where this fucker ranks.
Hang on, I'm searching through my notes. I'm finding it.
So 6 and 9. 4 and 8.
This is perfect.
It's actually hitting an average though.
All right, freak similes.
What the hell is freak similes?
That's the tropes for body swap.
Oh, okay.
You came up with it.
Did not. Apparently, I was checked out the 3rd season.
All right, hang on. So I have 5 out of 8 Groundhog Day.
Yep.
All right, let's go through freak similes. Internal monologue. That's a no.
No.
Shitty significant other. Yes.
Is he shitty?
Yeah, he leaves her on that bench.
Oh, he's shitty. Yeah. I guess you're right.
Important day.
The bombings.
And the birth. We're there for her own birth from herself.
Yeah, that's right.
Takes the swap in stride. I would say no.
No, not at all.
No. Taboo seduction. Hits on someone inappropriate.
Yes. Yeah, himself. Absolutely.
Tries to explain the situation to an outsider. I still say yes.
I'm saying I'm going gut. All right. What else?
Cause chaos in the other's life. Yes. Fizzle bomber. Both say they want to trade places. No. A new perspective. Yes. Polar opposites. The swappers have extremely different personalities.
No.
That's borderline for me. I'm going to give it a half for that one.
So 6 of 10. This is hitting a nice average. Perfect.
So wait, let's
I got 6 out of 9, 4 out of 8, and 6 out of 10. This is a solid 70%er.
Yeah, I got 5 out of 9, 5 out of 8, and 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, no, I tell you, this is going to be like 65%. Add them all up.
Dude, this is wild.
Add them all up.
Add them all. You want me to do more math?
Yeah.
You hate when I do math.
All right. Do 10. Hang on. So what? It's 27. So it's 16 out of 27. What's that?
I don't know. I have to do math.
Do math real fast for me. Is that 63%?
Something like that. It's 59.25.
Oh, is that it?
Well, but that's your percentage. So
Yeah.
write that down. 59.3. Write that down.
You're just pointing at me?
Yes, write it down.
Seems like a whole thing.
Yeah, it does.
All right, 59% of all 3 seasons. This still only landed at 59%. It really doesn't know what it is.
And mine was 61%.
There you go.
So
just under passing.
Wow, this is wild.
Well,
3 seasons this could have worked for.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we did this movie because of that.
Jesus.
Also, I didn't hate this movie. You know,
I didn't.
I thought it was fun.
Don't say that I did.
You hated it. You came in here.
I did.
With your dick out.
For that pig's head.
That pig's head. Ugh.
Did you get what I meant, though?
No one did.
No, I mean, like, it's the apple. I should have just said apple. But then you would be like, your pig's head's not that small.
I would be like, I would be shocked if is it a piglet? Is it a baby pig?
Oh, I wouldn't eat that. Oh, or do you? It's like veal, but a pig.
Pig veal, they call it.
Peel.
Peel.
All right, that's it. I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta be done.
Okay. I'm not giving you a choice. We're gonna do A Few Good Men next week.
I knew that was going to be the one.
Yeah, we're doing
I knew that was it.
We're doing A Few Good Men next week.
All right,
so
that's fine. Something.
Everybody watch it, and I love it. It's one of my favorite movies.
All right. We did it.
We did it. We probably got to wrap this thing up, right?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank everybody for listening this week and remind you to tell all your friends about us, every single one. And be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we do, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us online at KeystoneCopycats.com. We're at Keystone Copycats on Instagram and Facebook and at Keystone Copycat on Twitter. you got something to say, you can email us at keystonecopycats@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 513-239-7682. We want to hear what you would do with that pig's head on a raft with an oven and your clone of the opposite sex or same. Either way. Don't forget to check out Sinclarity Dinosaur's Tale every Friday. It's almost over. And I guess until next week, I'm going to be Zach, and he's going to be...
Please.
We'll see you.
Bye.